everybody, and welcome to SRTV live tonight for the International Asphalt Association iRacing iFlag Truck Series. Iowa Speedway round 2, race number 2. 6 drivers still left in the chase. If you was watching during the intro there, showed the point standings. Only 1 point separating the top 6 that are in the chase. So tonight's tonight. Find out who's going to go where. And of course, I'm Jay Weezy. I'm going to be up here in the booth broadcasting this one for you tonight. Right now, Kyle Edgar on the top of the leaderboard. This man, the 47, 22.827 has him holding up the top of the charts there. He has 11 stars, 1 pole, 3 wins, 6 top 5s, 9 top 10s. And he's also led 101 laps. Kyle Edgar killing it with those 3 wins out there. And tonight he's going to be starting on the pole in the 47. But he's going to have some trouble because we got a lot of fast drivers here tonight, including last week's winner, Blake Moseley, won at Gateway Motorsports Park. He's coming into tonight looking to make it 2 in a row in the 123. And he's just now leaving pit road here, so we'll see how much luck he has out there tonight here at Iowa. Lee Robinson, he's in the building for this one, along with Richard Swavely and Randy Brashears, and also that's your top 5 out there here in practice. Still have about 6 minutes left in practice before they move on to qualifying, so you got a few minutes, get what you need. So we got a good one coming up here for you on SRTV Network. Drivers look like they're having a little bit of fun out there as we're taking a look here live from the start-finish line. Let's jump in the car with one of these drivers and see what it's like to go around the track here. Let's hop in with Lee Robinson. He's out there in the 18 machine. Alright, we'll move on. Corey Stansel. Every time I jump in the car with one of these drivers, it happens, but it is what it is. Riding along here now with the 119 of Corey Stansel. Out there running the bottom, looks like through 1 and 2. It's right up next to that wall. A little bit of an early entry. Gets right down on that yellow line, coming off a turn number 4, headed to the start-finish line. He's been out there for quite a while. Corey Stansel looks like he knows how to get around here at Iowa Speedway. And the reason I think that he's able to run down on the bottom like that is this right here. The weather here in Iowa. It's 72-degree air temp, 74-degree track temperature. So it's giving these drivers some grip out there, allowing them to get that truck down, way down to the bottom, and a lot more grip than usual. With the heat becomes a little bit of tire slide, you know, so it pushes these drivers up the track just a little bit. Doesn't allow those tires to grip down into the asphalt. Tonight, round 2, race number 2 of the chase. Race number 4 of the chase, but race 2 of round 2. And we'll take a look at the points here in just a second. I want to make sure that I got everything correct here before I, you know, start talking about it. Let's see here. Okay, so tonight, just to make sure, 2 drivers will be eliminated after the race tonight. Actually, no. Okay, Talladega. So tonight will be round 1, race 1. Okay, so a little bit of a mistake there on my part. And I apologize for that, but it's round 1, race 1. We just eliminated 2 drivers out of the chase as we left Gateway Motorsports Park last week. But let's take a look at the drivers that are still in this one. There's 6 of them. Dustin German, Randy Brashear, Scott Crump, Kyle Edgar, and Sean Freeman, along with Ryan Kendrick. There's your 6 chase drivers out there tonight, and you can tell those drivers apart by the green on the bottom of the front splitter, or the ground effects, whatever you may call it. And then on the rear, they have the green spoiler and the windshield banner. Also, they have the International Asphalt Association iRacing iFlag banner with some green on it. So that'd be a way to determine. Like, here's one right here. We're looking at the 23 Randy Brashears as that green on the front, the iRacing iFlag across the window banner, and the green spoiler. So he is one of the chase drivers competing in these Talladega next week. It's going to be interesting to see how this all turns out. And Sean Freeman, prayers for my girlfriend's grandma. She's in the hospital, so I'm sorry to hear that, Sean. And of course, all of our thoughts and prayers are with your family or your girlfriend's family. Either way, it's all family in my eyes. So hopefully everything gets better there, Sean. And I wish you was out there, because you are a member of the chase. So it's unfortunate, but hey, man, life does exist outside of iRacing. This racing sim is a lot of fun, but we do have real life stuff going on in the background. So that's going to do it for practice. Here we go, guys and gals. Qualifying is underway here for the iRacing iFlag Truck Series. Driver's about to head out on the racetrack right now to see who can put down the fastest time. And we already have a driver out there, the 28, Charles Silvas, making his way out onto the racetrack. Also, Chris Nabwernick pulling out of the pits, along with Blake Moseley here in the 123 as he crosses the line to take his first lap. And I talked to this guy here. I talked to the driver of the 123, and Blake Moseley said, I'm here tonight to make it 2 in a row. He's only here for wins, not in the chase, so he's here to win. And it looks like he may have made a mistake on his qualifying attempt, his first qualifying attempt. So he went back in and got a new truck. He's going to try it one more time right now. Randy Brashears, 38 machine. He's on top of the leaderboard. Oh, Richard Swaverly just took him down. So you guys gonna have to keep an eye on him with me. These drivers all qualifying at the same time. We'll throw this up on the screen for you right now. It's not showing a name for the 28 of Charles Silvas. That has something to do with the software. It's out of my hands. Nothing I can do about that. But that is Charles Silvas in the 28, currently sitting 3rd. Randy Brashears just dropped to 4th, 5th. Justin Brand takes the pole. The 67, a 23.006. The 67 on top of the charts right now. And we're going to keep an eye on this leaderboard for this qualifying session. You see the 28 of Charles Silvers drops down pretty quick there, down to 7th on the charts. Dustin Heath just wrapped up his qualifying time along with Corey Stansel. Chris Nabwernick's out there right now to 63. Currently sitting 9th on the leaderboard with a 24.8. And I believe he's just out there running some practice laps. Dave Hunt out on the racetrack, the 53. Let's take a lap with Dave Hunt. Currently 7th. We'll see what he gets this time by. That's gonna be just a tick slower, 23.3. Fastest lap for Dave Hunt is a 23.072. That puts him in 7th. So right now it's Justin Brent, Blake Moseley, and Richard Swaverly, the top 3. Scott Crump headed out on the racetrack. He has put down both of his qualifying times, sitting in 9th right now. Dustin German right now being shown as the points leader, only 1 point ahead of these other chase drivers. So he's definitely got his work cut out for him. It looks like he's running a little bit of a higher line there, coming across that start finish line, 23.145. It's going to be 9th for Dustin German. And here's Kyle Edgar with his second lap. His first lap's a 22.968, and that's good enough to put him on top of the leaderboard. Kyle Edgar coming in a little bit late and still on the way. The pole from Justin Bryn that Justin had for oh so long, but 40 seconds left here in this qualifying session, and I believe all the drivers that are going to qualify have already qualified. Still got a car or a truck out there on the racetrack, and that's just Scott Crump out there. Don't mind him running around. Well, let's talk to our pole sitter here if we can. See if we can get a word in with this man. Kyle Edgar sitting on the top. Kyle Eggers, Jay Weezy, you got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4.
Hey, Kyle, second pole of the season, man. 3 wins, 6 top 5s, and 9 top 10s. Starting on the pole this one, man. How's it feel?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. You know, we've been consistent all season long, and you know, feel like I should have had a few more wins, but you know, stuff happens. So you know, I'll take the pole, take some bonus points. Hopefully, lead lap 1 and get another point there, and go from there.
Absolutely, every point counts, yeah. And you do have the most wins out of everybody with 3, but I can't blame you for wanting to have more than that. Everybody wants to win, man. Good luck to you tonight, Kyle. You got a fast truck.
10-4, man. Thanks.
That was your pole sitter, Kyle Edgar, and while we're at it, let's go through the starting grid for tonight's race here at Iowa Speedway. The 47 of Kyle Edgar on the pole. He's going to have the 67 alongside him. That's Justin Bryn there in that 67 machine. Second row inside the 123 machine of Blake Moseley. Alongside Blake Moseley in that second row, the 38 of Richard Swaverly sitting there on the outside. Sorry about that. All right, third row, we got the 23 machine of Randy Brashears and Dustin Heath alongside him. Fourth row is going to be, it looks like the 8 of Noah Samples. Let's get a better look at these trucks here. The 8 of Noah Samples and the 53 of Dave Hunt. Fifth row is going to be the current points leader, Dustin German, the number 6 machine. 11 of Scott Crump's going to be alongside him. In the 6th row, we got Corey Stansel. He's in the 119. And alongside him there, Charles Silvas. We call him Hollywood. 7th row is going to be the 24 machine. I haven't seen that 24 machine out there much, but it's Troy Stuckwisch in the iRacing iFlag Silverado. Alongside him, he's going to have the number 10 machine of Craig Bristol. Chris Nabwernick there in the 63. And he's going to be alongside, looks like the 18 of Lee Robinson. Lee hadn't been around in a while. Good to see Lee back out there. Also, we got the 420 of David Clymer. And we also have the 55 of Ryan Kendrick. And the last truck out there, last but not least, looks like it's going to be the 37, Michael Williams. All right, let's get qualifying off the screen. Qualifying's been over for quite some time. And just a reminder, track temps is 72 now. Track went down 2 degrees since this thing started, but it should start coming up once we get some laps on these things, on this thing here. Not sure how fast it'll come up here, but drivers making their way down the backstretch. Kyle Edgar leading the charge. Pace car about to pull off onto pit road and leave the control to the 47. As he tries to get a good jump over the 67 here of Justin Brin, Blake Moseley, Richard Swaverly, Noah Samples, Dustin Heath. Pace car is gone. Green flag is out. We're racing race number 1, round number 2. Round number 1. See, I keep saying that. Oh, contact early for the 67. Justin Brin taps the outside wall on lap 1. We got a side-by-side battle. Dustin German. Noah Samples, Dustin German going at it. The 53 right there behind him. That's Dave Hunt. Scott Crump. Oh, Noah Samples, Dave Hunt. We have a wreck already. It looks like the caution is out. Dave Hunt caught up in that one. Let's see how it turned out for him. And I believe Scott Crump might have made contact with Noah Samples, knocked him up the racetrack into the 53, but don't believe anything I say. We'll go back and we'll take a look on the replay and make sure that I know what I'm talking about, because I could be wrong. Here we go. Noah Samples in the yellow and black, number 8. Scott Crump in the green 11 machine. Dave Hunt up on the high side all by himself, and he just gets punted. Corey Stansel nowhere to go in the 119 and hard into the inside pit road wall. That's going to cause a lot of damage for the 119 of Corey Stansel. Don't think Corey could just keep that truck, get it wound down quite enough. Let's take a look on the replay one more time from Corey Stansel, because Corey minding his own business. And it didn't quite work out for him this time, because he's got the battle right in front of him. Scott Crump, Noah Samples, Dave Hunt up on the high side, and then maybe Netcode. Not quite sure. He's got it locked down, slides into that pit wall. Nothing he can do but hold on to that steering wheel. So I hate to see it for the 119 of Corey Stansel. But these drivers do have one quick repair. They're running 50% fuel. And if a chase driver wins a chase race, he wins $10 here tonight. Didn't happen last week because Blake Moseley got the win. Blake Moseley's not a chase driver. Let's go live. These drivers should have been down pit road, or they're getting ready to come down. I believe they've already came down pit road while we were watching the replay. So right now, Kyle Edgar out on the racetrack. He did not come in. Let's see. Let's check pit lane. Yeah, they're passing up pit lane. So drivers that were going to come in have already came in. And the first one that come down pit road looks like the 13th position of Lee Robinson. Lee in pits now, along with Craig Bristol. Well, I could be wrong. Let's see. Who else is on pit road? Lee Robinson coming in there. And Craig Bristol right in front of him in that yellow and red machine. Okay, so the top 11 stay out on this first caution here. Only a few laps in before that caution flag flew this time. So not a whole lot of laps on those tires. On board here with the 123 of Moseley. So we're riding under caution right now. And if you're out there watching, definitely want to give you my gratitude. Thank you for watching. We're live on Facebook, live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. And that's right, Tyler. It's always a good night for a few cold ones and a race. And right now we're at Iowa Speedway in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series with the International Asphalt Association iRacing iFlag Truck Series. And we're gonna have a lot of fun here. Right now, under caution for the first time tonight, Kyle Edgar started this one off on the pole, still leading laps out there. Lights about to go off on the pace car this time by. And also, if you got a driver you'd like to talk to, let me know who it is and what you would like to ask them. And maybe we can get a hold of them on the radio here under caution. We go under caution again. Hey, this thing's got potential to go green flag to checkered the rest of the way. I believe that first incident may have been caused by netcode. Huge netcode, actually. I usually don't say netcode is a thing because I use it more. I think people use it more as an excuse, but sometimes when you're 4 foot apart, yeah, that's definitely netcode. But I hear people say it's netcode when they're only inches apart, and I seem to disagree with that most of the time. Kyle Edgar, your leader, he's got the option. He wants to take the high side here on this restart. He's going to put Blake Moseley down on the bottom. And that second row is going to be Justin Bryn and Richard Swaverly. Third row is going to be Randy Brashears and Dustin Heath. Then we got Dustin German, Scott Crump, Charles Silvis, and Troy Stuckwisch. Pace truck. Oh, I'm used to doing dirt races. Pace car off the racetrack. Here we are. Green one more time. Caution flies one more time, I believe. Craig Bristol involved in this one. He looks like he's limping down the back straight right here. Don't see a lot of damage, a little bit of left rear damage. We will go back and take a look, and we'll do that. We'll ask him that for you. Just give me just a second. Let's find out what happened to Craig Bristol. Oh, wow. Talking about netcode. Let's look at that one more time. That was a little bit of netcode, I would say. There's no, I don't think he could have turned him that way, but I don't know. I try not to comment. I usually just say contact. I stay out of all the drama, you know. All right, let's talk to Justin Bryn. Let's find him on the radio. Tyler Wood wants to ask him a question. You know, I'm gonna throw in a question as well. Justin, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
I do. How's it going?
Hey, it's going good. Got some people out there watching, man. And they also wanted to ask you a question. They said, are you excited to go to Richmond Raceway this weekend?
Yeah, that's. I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be fun. We're heading down to check out the Act and the Past series, and they got some modifieds running too.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, I am a little bit jealous about it, but sounds like you're saving fuel out there, you know, not coming down pit road, staying out for track position, or just what was the reason on not coming in?
Right now, I'm just following everybody in front of me, but later in the race, I'm probably going to try and differ up my strategy and see if it'll pay off for me like it did at Texas.
Hey, well, we know you got a fast truck. You held the pole there in qualifying there for quite a while and then just got edged out at the last second by Kyle Edgar. So we'll be looking for you here in Victory Lane, man. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Justin Bryn, and yeah, that makes me a little bit jealous there, Tyler. I don't know if you're going with him or not, but woo, I want to go. Richmond, man. I've been to Talladega twice, Bristol, Indianapolis a bunch of times, Kentucky quite a bit. Kentucky's my home track, so I go to both. I go to Indy, I go to Kentucky. I've been to Bristol. I've made that drive to Talladega, had to go there. Haven't been to Daytona yet, would love to go to Richmond. I know I don't ever want to go to Bristol again, ever in my life. I watched that on TV. You know, maybe if you haven't been to Bristol, go to Bristol. See if you like it. Riding with Justin Bryn here, you can hear him holding in the clutch. He has that truck shut down, saving as much fuel as possible. Haven't asked these drivers, you know, what a fuel run's looking like here, so not quite sure what it's going to be as far as fuel goes in pit strategy. But we're going to be 15 laps into this one when they cross that start-finish line this time out of a 100-lap race. It's going to be 85 laps to go. The top 11 stayed out again. Ryan Kendrick went in the first time, said nope, not this time. Dave Hunt went in, and everybody behind Dave Hunt there in 13th position had just made a pit stop this time. And we're about to go racing here one more time. Kyle Edgar throws the hammer down, green flag. Scott Crump there in the 11. He's side by side with Dustin German. Drivers all single file except for further in the back, I believe. Corey Stansel starting to make some moves up towards the front. Here we go, another battle. The 34 tucks it down on the inside. Along with Dustin German, he moves it to the inside of the 23 of Randy Shears. Couldn't pull off the pass there. Here comes Scott Crump. Seeing the door open. Not going to be able to make the pass on the bottom early in the race. We're seeing these trucks having a little bit of trouble making up ground on the bottom. The high line being the way around, the faster way around at the moment. Things could change. Let's take a look at the weather one more time. 74 degrees. That's what it was in practice. The race started at 72, so it has went up 2 degrees here at Iowa Speedway. Noah Samples on the inside of Ryan Kendrick right here. Kendrick in the 55. Noah in the 8. Still side by side off of turn number 4. Noah gets a good run there. Lee Robinson, he's looking to make it 3 wide. As he tries to weave his way through traffic and make his way up towards the front of the pack. Tucked up 2 by 2. Noah Samples, Lee Robbins still on the inside. Dustin Heath and Ryan Kendrick up on the high side. Heath looking good coming off of turn number 4. Not a whole lot of room down on the bottom for him to work, so looks like Lee Robinson might have a little bit of left front damage on his truck. May have got caught up in something earlier. Let's go back up front. Kyle Edgar leads the pack around. Blake Moseley in second. Justin Bryn right there coming off of turn number 2. So quite a lead there for Moseley and Edgar. About a 1.9 second difference. We got a pass here for that 3rd position. Richard Swaverly. Couldn't get it done. These 5 drivers, you could throw a blanket over them. Justin Bryn, the leader of this pack, the 38 of Richard Swaverly there. He's side by side with that 23 of Randy Brashears. Randy, a chase driver, looking to advance to the next round. Got to make it through Talladega next week, though, so it's going to be tough. We all know Talladega could go either way. Two by 2 behind Richard Swaverly. German on the inside, the 6, currently your points leader. Slides up in front of the 67 of Justin Bryn. Scott Crump looks to the inside here. And this is all going on right in front of the the 23 of Randy Brashears. Randy just couldn't get back into the throttle there off the exit of 4. Oh, 67. He saves it. Way to hang on to that Chevy Silverado going down into turn number 1 that just kicks out on him. Kind of like what happened last week at Gateway. Guys were having a lot of trouble on the interior corners. And it was causing a lot of madness. 30 laps into a 100-lap race here at Iowa Speedway. And I'm enjoying this one so far. I've been watching this driver, the 67, for quite some time. Looks like he finally settled in and found a good spot. We do have a battle a little bit further back. Corey Stansel caught up in a little bit of a mess earlier. Now he's a lot further back in the pack than he wants to be. Trying to get himself back up towards the front, and he is working hard at it in the 119. Charles Silvis and Lee Robinson, along with Noah Samples, these three drivers right here, slicing and dicing it up. The 28 of Silvis puts it to the inside of Robinson. Robinson knows nothing to worry about. Nobody really been able to make that move on the bottom. But Silva's giving it another try here as they go through turn number 1 and 2. Can't not get the power down. Gonna fall back in line here behind Noah Samples in the 8. Right behind Charles Silvis, the 24 machine of Troy Stuckwisch. Troy, not a whole lot of starts here this season. Here comes trouble, the 55 of Ryan Kendrick. He is a chase driver as well. With his 11 starts, no poles yet, no wins yet, but been solid running in the top 10. He's got 4 top 5s and 8 top 10s. And he may be on just a different strategy than the other drivers, thinking there's going to be more trouble to come. So kind of just hanging out for now. Let's go back up front because we got a pass for the lead here. Blake Moseley trying to get around Kyle Edgar. We got a side-by-side battle for the number 1 spot as they come off of turn number 4. At the line this time, Blake Moseley. And he was in that high line, so Edgar couldn't get it done either on the bottom. The fastest truck in qualifying, but he's going to take another stab at it. Slides right up in front of Blake Moseley. Wants to get that high line from Moseley. That way he can use that momentum. Moseley repays him the favor, steals the high line back from him. Edgar with a good run through turns 1 and 2. What a save by Kyle Edgar. I'm sorry, Blake Moseley. Just a little bit of contact. Looked like Moseley trying to hold Kyle Edgar down on the bottom of the racetrack. Kyle could not keep the truck down. One way or the other, they made contact. Not placing blame, just saying good save by the 123 to hang on to that truck and that second position. But out his back window in his rear view mirror, he's got the number 6 of Dustin German trying to creep up on him. German a little bit late to the race here tonight, but was able to make it. He's had a great season here. Currently your points leader with 11 starts, 2 poles, 2 wins, 10 top 5s, 10 top 10s. And he's led 213 laps here this season. He's led none here tonight, but he's doing a great job out there running in the top 3. Richard Swaverly not a chase driver, but he's had a great season, caught up in some things here, and some unfortunate situations cost him to get knocked out of the chase last week at Gateway. Crump trying to put a move on him. Scott Crump is a part of the chase, and he does have that green. Oh, caution out here. Lap 44. Who is it? Corey Stansel just come off of pit road. Not quite sure why we're under caution. Let's go take a look. Oh, David Clymer in the outside wall. Not sure if that's the reason. I can't seem to find the reason for the caution here this time. We'll try it one more time. Let's try it. Yeah, I don't know why we're under caution. Maybe we can talk to one of these drivers and find out what happened out there to bring out the caution here on lap 44. So let me know. Maybe I can talk to one of your drivers. I believe Kyle Edgar is getting an EOL, so he will be going to the back, which would be the reason of the caution. So, I don't know. Let's see what happened to Kyle. We'll try to watch it here. I'll be more patient. He gets into the wall off of 4, but so does Blake Moseley right behind him. He goes down into the turn 1 and 2. Still no trouble down the backstretch. But if you are the reason for the caution, you will get an EOL. And Kyle Edgar has received an end of the line penalty, so I don't know why. I didn't see any reason why. We are back live here, and Kyle Edgar being scored at 17th position. That's going to turn the lead over to Blake Moseley. And the light's still on the pace car. If they don't go off this time, we'll try to talk to one of these drivers here. We'll talk to Blake Moseley. Light's still on the pace car. Well, let's talk to Blake if we can find him on here. Blake Moseley, it's Jay Weezy. Got a copy?
I do.
Not quite sure what the caution is for, but I'm sure you don't mind. Your stiffest competition is in the back and you're up front.
Yeah, me and him had a good little battle there. He got a little tight on the bottom, just good hard racing is really all it is. The caution was actually another driver. Got a little love tap going into the corner.
Oh, yeah, well, we missed that one totally. Looks like the light's going to go off this time by here. How was your truck there on that green flag run?
It was good. I was running him down. I saved the tires a little better than he did. I actually, right before the caution came out, just barely tagged the wall. So I figured this race has been going good so far. I'll get that quick repair and go ahead and just get it over with and go for the win here.
Hey, absolutely, man. Well, good luck out there starting on the front row.
Yep, thank you.
All right, this time Blake Moseley is going to take that high line. He's going to be your leader, and he's going to be the one to set him free this time. But on his inside, he's got the 6 of Dustin German, and right behind him is Scott Crump and Richard Swavely. Also, Lee Robinson there in 5th, Noah Samples in 6th. Blake Moseley waits to throw the hammer, and he does it. Green flag is back out. We got a side-by-side battle here. Lee Robinson wastes no time getting to the inside, down to the bottom of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. The same thing when he runs through turns 3 and 4. Finally makes that pass on the 38 of Richard Swavely to take over the number 4 spot. Wasting no time trying to pick off positions and work his way to the front. Right now it's Moseley, German, Crump, Robinson, and Swavely in your top 5. Noah Samples not too far behind Richard Swavely right there in the 8. Well, I hear you, Robert. Maybe somebody come in late. I don't know. German came in the latest, and his seemed to be working. And all these other trucks are the way they're supposed to be. But we will next caution, we'll do that for you. We got a really close battle going on up here towards the front. Scott Crump, Dustin German, and Blake Moseley, all 3 going for it. Here, the number 1 spot right now, Moseley. On board with Dustin German here, looking out the back. Scott Crump right there in his rear view mirror, and out the front, Blake Moseley, your race leader. German with a good run off of turn number 4. Will he take it to the inside? He does. Not quite sure he can make it happen down on the bottom, but he is going to try. They're going to go side by side down the backstretch, but Moseley edges him out going into 3, and here comes Scott Crump. He puts them 3 wide. Lee Robinson in the mix as well. We got a 4-way battle for the lead. Moseley giving it everything he's got to stay in front of these other drivers, and German doing everything he can to get around them, but Moseley just too quick at the moment. Still early in this run. Here comes Lee Robinson. He dove it down in there to the inside of Dustin German. And he has an edge over German, but that speed that they carry in that high line along the backstretch. Lee Robinson throwing in there, crossed him over. German repays the favor. Now German to the inside. It's like a dirt race. They're throwing sliders. Still side by side for second. Lee and German going at it. Scott Crump, Noah Samples in their rearview mirror watching the battle go on in front of them. Crump takes it inside of the 6. Gonna try to slide up the track. Had to get out of it. Nowhere to slide into because that gap closed there pretty quick. Lee Robinson with a little bit of an issue with his connection, but he's back and he is flying off of turn number 2. Blake Moseley starting to separate himself from second place. Looking at these lap times, looks like our leader Blake Moseley and second Lee Robinson running identical lap times for the last 2 times by. Actually, the top 3 ran identical lap times, and then half of a 10th off is Noah Samples. Not even a half a 10th, that is. Noah Samples, Scott Crump going at it behind Dustin German right now. Scott Crump, he's been driving hard out there, trying to work over. All of these drivers may have worn his tires out a little bit. Scott Crump drops back to 5th. Your top 5s, Moseley, Robinson, German, Samples, and Crump. Noah really smooth with it, looking good right now. Here's 67 laps into this one. And Blake Moseley's gonna lead another lap. Lee Robinson still trying to run him down. He is getting closer after getting around Dustin German. Blake Moseley's led 27 laps here so far, doing a great job. Lee Robinson finally made his way up to the front, and he can see that leader right out his front windshield. And right behind him, Dustin German trying to hold off Noah Samples. Noah looking to the inside of the 6. Thought better of it, backs out of it. Still single file up front. We do have 3 drivers that have retired. Sean Freeman, Corey Stansel, and Michael Williams are out of this one. They took it behind the wall. Lee Robinson getting closer and closer to the back bumper of Blake Moseley. Let's take a look at that battle. Moseley got a little tight off of turn 4. May have got into the wall. Lap traffic on the high side. That's Craig Bristol in the 10. Lee Robinson looks like he's got him cleared by a mile. He's going to slide up into that high line. Here comes Moseley charging back up on the inside. Chris Dabwernick just ahead of these leaders as they are side by side for the lead. The 63 truck 1 lap down on the tail end of the lead lap. They go 3 wide there. And we got a 3-way battle for the lead. 4-way, Noah Samples also in the mix, and Scott Crump's just watching, waiting for something to happen. Lee Robinson trying to make a move back on the inside of Blake Moseley. Noah Samples feels like he's got a better truck. He's going to go for it along with Lee Robinson. Oh, Robinson and German almost make contact. Robinson gets out of it, saves that from being a catastrophe. That could have been ugly for German and Robinson, and probably would have took them both out of the race. With 20 laps to go, you definitely don't want to get into any trouble here. Noah Samples, he's trying to stay away from the 18, and he finally gets out in front of him. But this battle here for the lead really heating up. German, it looks like his truck's starting to come in here on the longer run. But Moseley, he's the owner of the high line right now. How will the 6 get around that 123, or will he? I'd say he'd have to slide across his nose and steal that high line away from Blake Moseley. Otherwise, Moseley not going to give it up. They're going to go side by side here down the backstretch. Dustin German with 2 wins already. He wants to get that 3rd win and also lock himself into the next round. That way, when he goes to Talladega next week, no pressure on his back. Noah Samples takes advantage of that. He's going to pull to the inside of Dustin German. German had to get out of it or risk pushing up into Moseley. And Noah Samples seen that happen. And he moved in right behind them. Lee Robinson putting the moves on Scott Crump here. This is for fourth. This race for the lead has been about as close as it gets for the last, I'd say, 40 laps. Nobody has been able to run away with this one. All of these trucks been all over each other the whole time, and Blake Moseley's been out front for most of that time. Dustin German hasn't had a chance to lead a lap just yet and get that bonus point. Still plenty of laps to go here for him to try to get around Blake Moseley. But right now, Moseley just looking to be too strong as he has dominated the second half of this race. Noah Samples has been lurking back there for quite some time, and it looks like now he's starting to put the pressure on Dustin German. Running out of time to get to the front. If you're wanting to win this one, it is go time. Coming up on 10 to go this time by. Oh, 10 to go, and drivers coming down pit road. No, Noah Samples has some trouble. Caution does come out on the racetrack from the 38 of Richard Swaverly. Oh no. So the drivers that were out there was not going to make it on fuel, and they all opted to come down pit road at about the same time. Let's go back and take a look on the replay, because Noah Samples was one of the first trucks to have trouble entering pit road there. So let's take a look at the number 8 of Noah Samples. It's like a last second decision and just too hard on the brakes. Almost trouble there for the 6 of German, but he was able to avoid it. But right behind them was where the caution come out. The 38 of Richard Swaverly. We'll show this. Oh, that was caused by a downshift. Had nothing to do with the braking. Richard Swaverly says, no, I'm not going down pit road. Now the caution's out. I'll come in under caution. Can't blame him for that. That sounds like a good idea. I would have to do the same thing. Unfortunately for Richard, that will give him an EOL penalty here, and they will go back green with about 5 or 6 laps to go. So this is going to be an exciting finish after all. Drivers coming into the pits getting 4 tires and fuel, or maybe not, maybe 2 tires. Looks like Moseley takes 2. Not. All right, Kyle Edgar takes 2. Lee Robinson, he takes 4 tires. Dave Hunt comes out 4th. He took 4 tires as well. All right, well, let's talk to one of these drivers. Let's talk to the first one on 4 fresh tires. How about that? Can we do that? Let's see. No. Well, we can't talk to Robinson. So let's talk to Dave Hunt. How about Dave Hunt? Want to talk to Dave? Dave Hunt is Jay Weezy in SRTV Network booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy.
Hey man, first one of the first trucks on 4 tires. Looks like the guys in front of you opted to take 2, man. How you feeling about this?
That's good news to me. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's a crucial call to take 2 or 4. Did you even have to think about it, or you just took 4 automatic?
No, I've raced her before, and taking 4 is the way to go.
Absolutely, and I do agree with you, man. You've been quiet all night, but you got a fast truck, man. What do you think you got your shot at this one? You think you can pull it off?
I'm going to try my hardest. This is my home state, so I'd sure like to win here.
Hey, Dave, man, you look like you got a good shot here, and hopefully we catch you in victory lane, man. Good talking to you.
Great, thank you. Good talking to you.
That was the 53 of Dave Hunt, and he is 4 tires. He will be starting on the inside row, in the 2nd row, that is. So he's going to be right behind whoever is in the 1st row. Moseley will be your leader, and he will have lane choice, and he has been opting to take the highlight on the restarts. So I'm interested to see all these trucks in front of Moseley are 1 lap down, so they're waiting to take the wave around and get back on the lead lap. So if Moseley takes the high side, that's going to put Lee Robinson on the inside. And in the 2nd row, it's going to be Dave Hunt on the inside with Randy Brashears on the outside. And that's another driver we need to talk to, Randy Brashears. He's been quiet here tonight. But he's there at the end when it counts. And he is in the chase, so he is having a great run here tonight here so far, but it's not over yet. We're still gonna have 5 laps to go under green. So if the caution does come out again, this one will be over. The pace car about to pull off on the pit road, and we're about to send these trucks going one last time. Blake Moseley in control. Lee Robinson. Moseley gets a good start there, gets out in front of Lee. Both of those drivers are on 2 tires. And we might have a car around. I believe we do. Caution is out. That's gonna put Blake Moseley in victory lane, I believe, but I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch like some other people would. But I believe that's going to end it here. Let's see if we can find out why the caution came out. But I'm sure that's music to Blake Moseley's ears, those 2 tires. Oh no, looks like some trouble for one of the chase drivers. German and Edgar side by side. Oh, the 10. Craig Bristol and Dustin German get hooked together. That's why we're under caution. Sean Freeman barely misses that one. Dustin German sent to the back after coming into pit road when the caution comes out. And then into some trouble there on that restart. So not the night that Dustin German was hoping for. Blake Moseley is looking good. I'm pretty sure this thing's gonna go. Oh, pace car holding them up. This thing might go back green. Now let's wait and see here. Let's talk to Randy Brashears while we're under caution. Randy, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
Hey, Jay Weezy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear. Hey, man, I'm not sure. Is this thing over?
I believe so. I think we got one to go next time around, and we're still pacing.
Okay, well, hey, if this does go back green, it looks like Moseley on 2 tires, Lee Robinson on 4. Randy, you're the next one in line, so good luck to you if it does, and if not, hey, I'll talk to you in just a minute.
Sounds good.
Just trying to figure out if this thing's going green. If the lights go off on the pace car, then we'll know for sure. Yeah, this thing's over. All right. Lights should have been off on the pace car already. So yeah, this thing's over. Blake Moseley's gonna walk away with the win. Made it 2 in a row. That's what he said he was coming for tonight, was to make it 2 in a row. And he did it. He led 56 laps out here tonight. Congratulations to Blake Moseley on the win. As these drivers take their last lap around here under caution. Don't go nowhere. We got driver interviews coming right up. Moseley about to cross the line for the final time here, and he gets a celebratory little tap from Lee Robinson. And here comes the 23 of Randy Brashears. Blake Moseley's going to get the win. Congratulations to all the drivers in the top 3 and all the other drivers for putting on a great show. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Blake Moseley getting ready to burn the tires off of his number 123 iRacing iFlag Chevrolet Silverado. And then he's gonna park that thing in victory lane. Climber time, stopping by to pay his little bit of respect. It's burnout time here for Blake Moseley. Moseley burning them down. Let's talk to our 3rd place finisher here. We just talked to him. The 23 of Randy Brashears. What a great job by him tonight. That's really going to help him moving forward in this chase. They're going to Talladega next week, so they got their work cut out for them. Randy, it's Jay Weezy. You got me?
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. And what a race tonight. I really enjoyed you guys put on a great show out there for us. I know I enjoyed it. Hopefully everybody else did too, man. But you come into this one, you had 7 top 5s, 8 top 10s. You only led 4 laps this season, but you managed to work yourself up into the chase, and you're only 1 point out coming into tonight of the points lead. How's it feel, man, coming home 3rd?
It feels pretty good. I think that's 3 or 4 top 5s in a row for me. I've been just working on trying to stay consistent and keep the truck clean. I know a couple of those guys are always super fast and always going for the wins, but I'm just trying to make sure I stay in the points.
Yeah, and moving on to Talladega next week, you know, this victory here for you tonight, I mean, it's pretty much a victory, Randy. You're going to come out of here with the points lead, and it's going to give you a little bit of cushion going into next week at Talladega, which I like to say is a wild card race. I mean, anything can happen there at Talladega.
Yeah, Talladega is definitely going to be our wild card. I know a lot of the guys like to get super aggressive on it, so we'll just have to see what happens.
Hey, man, well, it's looking good for you to be one of the final four to race for the championship here, man. So congratulations on a great race here tonight. Anybody want to thank?
I'd like to thank you for the broadcast, Blake for putting on the league, Coast to Coast Racing, my girlfriend, Turner Alignment, and just everybody for all the fun times.
All right, Randy. See you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Randy Brashear started 10th, or well, started 5th, dropped back to 10th, and finishes in 3rd here tonight. And we don't have our 2nd place finisher. We don't have their channel on the radio, so we're gonna move on to our winner here. The 123 of Blake Moseley. He started 3rd. He led 57 laps, and with a 2-tire stop at that last pit stop, it's going to be able to pull off the win here at Iowa for the iRacing iFlag Truck Series, presented by XRE Xcaliber Racing Engines. Let's talk to Blake Moseley. Blake Moseley, is Jay Weezy. You got me?
I do.
Hey, man, that's 2 in a row, and I talked to you before the race, and you said, I'm coming out here to make it 2 in a row. And last week you said, I'm only here for wins, man. Well, wins is what you've been doing. And another 2-tire stop at the end puts you out front and gives you the ability to walk off in victory lane here tonight. How's it feel?
Pretty good. It's pretty tough to win 2 of them in a row. And I didn't want to win it that way under caution. I definitely wanted to race it out just to see how the 2 tires would have done, because I believe I'm about the only one that tried it. I think Noah tried it earlier in the race, but I was skeptical at this track. I knew at Gateway I could do it, but it felt good when we went off into 1. It's just the caution came out right after 1, and the race was over with at that point. I hated to win it like that. Lee definitely probably would have got me down the back straightaway. He had 4 tires.
Yeah, and you know, it was a little bit surprising to see you guys trying to come on the pit road with 10 laps to go there. What was that all about?
Well, we were short on fuel. We were going to come up about 5 laps short, maybe less than that. And I knew those guys were going to pit, so I figured I would wait and see how they get on pit road, because I seen how sketchy pit road is getting on it here. And I figured if a wreck is going to happen, it's probably going to happen there. And sure enough, they went to pit and they wrecked going into the pits. And
yeah, it was total chaos coming into pit road. Noah Samples went around. German almost got into him. I believe the 38 actually brought out the caution there, but was you surprised to see them all pit at the same time?
Not really. I kept looking down at mine, and I had 4 to go whenever they pitted. And I was going to run it down to 2 to go. If they didn't pit by then, I was going to go. So I knew they would be pitting around 5 laps or so, and that's normally when we all pit. It's just natural instinct. You see that 5 laps to go on fuel pop up, you just go in the pits. And so I knew they were going to pit at some point, and I was going to make sure they pitted before me, so if something like that did happen, I didn't get behind the 8 ball, because I'd hate to lose all that track position over something that I've been working on all night.
Absolutely, and you worked your tail off. I mean, you had a lot of pressure, a lot of battling going on between you and a lot of different trucks out there. Dustin, German, Lee, Kyle Edgar up there messing around with you. And, you know, it's unfortunate what happened to German and Edgar. And also, Edgar did take 2 tires there with you on that last stop. So you wasn't the only one. The first one on new tires was the 38 of it was Randy Brashear's and Lee Robinson. But either way, man, it was a crazy exciting finish. I really enjoyed it. You really battled out there the whole night. This thing didn't come easy for you, Moseley. You really put on a good show out there, and those 57 laps you led, you definitely earned it. So congratulations on the win, man. Anybody want to thank?
Basically all my sponsors: CNC Construction, iRacing, iFlag, Dirt Tracking, Turner's Automotive. I'm sure I'm missing some. And also, while I'm here, I welcome our 2 newest members to the team, Chris Cox and Troy Stuckwisch. They came on board last night. They're wanting to learn the asphalt stuff a little more, so we brought them on board and tried to teach them a few things. And Troy actually came home sick, so I got to give him a big props there.
Yeah, good run. Good run.
He literally just bought the track tonight.
Yeah, hey man, can't beat it. And you got 2 more friendly members. They're not so bad either way. You know, they're pretty good guys.
Yeah, we all get along, and we all try to work together. And Randy finishing 3rd. I mean, I can't forget that.
Yeah, I believe he's going to come out here with the points lead, so he's going to be smiling a little bit more than you are, I believe. Coming into next week at Talladega, what's your thoughts on next week?
My thoughts are I'm definitely not going to be the one leading with 1 to go.
Yeah, well, Talladega, anything can happen, and we all know that, but we know it's going to be a great race, man, so I can't wait to see you guys next week. Congratulations, Blake.
Yep, thank you.
It's your winner, folks, Blake Moseley. He did it twice in a row. I think that's the first 2-time winner here. I could be wrong, but I think he might have been the first two-time winner. Either way, I appreciate everybody that hung in there and watched this one. It was a great one, I thought. And let's take a look at the race summary. Before we go, we had 5 cautions for 24 laps and 9 lead changes here at Iowa. And next week, we're going to Talladega to finish off round number 2. Well, where 2 drivers will be removed from the chase, and the final 4 will move on to Richmond to race it off for the championship. So come back next week and watch us at Talladega. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed it. So for SRTV Network, I'm Jay Weezy. Everybody have a great night.